Greetings, fellow wanderers. Jacob Wile here,
And Tiki too.
and welcome to Wandering Over Yonder, the vlog series where I take Tiki here on a voyage through Craig McCracken's madcap Disney XD series, Wander Over Yonder. Having been through the show before, it is my job to show him the ins and outs of this strange universe, and this time, we join you for the fancy party.
Oh yes, yes, it's very fancy, Jacob. Oh yes. Oh, can I get some caviar with my fine wine and Pinot Noir? Oh yes.
Yes, Tiki, I'm very dignified.
Oh wait, there's Merlot in this party. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot. Anyways, how you doing, Jacob? Sideways reference. Yay.
Doing good.
All right. So the fancy party. Jacob, we went from one of my least favorite episodes to one of my favorite episodes. I generally think this is pretty damn good. I think it's right outside of like the high concept episodes that we've talked about, like, you know, stuff like The Box and oh gosh, The Good Deed, stuff of that nature. It's right outside of that territory for me. And I tell you, like, definitely the reason why, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, is the dynamic between Wander and Hater in this episode is just priceless.
And the fact that it's all because, and also because Hater has to act like the perfect gentleman.
Oh my god. But, you know, it's like, this episode is so fun because it has, like, such a good contrast with, the queen who's holding this fancy party. Who's, you know, the episode literally starts like, "Gentlemen, I have an announcement. I'm dying.
To tell you something.
I'm dying. Yes, that is what I came to tell you."
Oh boy.
So the queen of the episode, she's got, there's this really good contrast where where she wants everyone to be super polite, and yet she doesn't want anyone to suck up to her.
Or be boring.
Right. So it's almost kind of like a Queen of Hearts style dynamic, just in terms of like everyone's just on their toes a little bit, and there's no real way to please this woman.
Loose cannons.
Jacob, one of the things before we get into more of the positives, probably one of the negatives I have, it's not necessarily a negative, it's just, in my humble opinion, I think Emperor Awesome is like, I don't even understand why he's in this episode besides like, hey, look, it's another like villain. Like, he gets very little, like, I was expecting more out of him for his second, and I believe this is his only other appearance, right? Besides the picnic.
I think so. I think this is the first time he's appeared since then. I have to recall.
No,
that.
I'm asking if he appears after this.
Oh, I think he does appear after this. I mean, like, he does appear several more episodes after this. I think, like, he might be in this season, but he does appear more often in season 2.
Okay, you know what? Then I just entirely take my con off the table then, Jacob, because I honestly thought, like, he was just in 2 episodes for some. I don't know why I was thinking that. I don't know what came over me, but for some reason I have that in my mind. Like, wait a minute, if this is the last time we're seeing Emperor Awesome, he's not really having a lot to do. You know, he's just kind of like sitting on the sidelines a lot of the time.
There actually is an upcoming episode where he's the central antagonist in this season.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. No, that I got that completely wrong. Then I don't know what I was thinking. So,
just like his exchange with Sylvia, and she's like, "You can't handle this."
Hey, baby, call in the calves, or what's something about like, oh, you better need a farmer because these calves are coming home, or something like that.
Like, you can't handle this. Yeah, tell him, girl.
I honestly really love Peepers in this episode.
He's like trying to keep Hater in line, despite that's the thing that's like keeping him from succeeding to begin with at the end.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. That's a good point. It's like, you know, he just scurries Hater away as soon as Hater just gets fed up with Wander being there. It's like, excuse me, we're gonna use the little evil villain's room. Speaking of Wander being there in the first place, I just think, you know, it's funny how much affection the Queen has for Wander.
Yeah, after all, he is the most wanted person in the galaxy.
Thanks to Hater.
Yeah, thanks to Hater, ironically enough.
No, it's just like I love how as soon as Wander enters the room, it's like she changes her demeanor from like this really harsh kind of Queen of Hearts type character to oh, it's Wanda. I'm so glad you're here. Sit next to me. Sit next to me. That's very fun. Very fun. Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, we get some really fun stuff with what's up with that box, Jacob? What's up with the box?
That's the little black cube of darkness.
The little black cube of darkness. Oh my wow.
apparently it speaks Latin.
You want to explain the little black cube of darkness to the audience, because I feel like you could do a better job of it than I can.
Well, it doesn't appear very often. It actually does get its own episode in season 2, but essentially the little black cube of darkness is this strange being that can basically destroy people's souls almost.
just by talking to it, essentially.
Yeah, like it has an unknown power, basically. It has a personality. It speaks Latin. Is actually voiced by the show's composer, Andy Bean.
Oh God, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. There's just like a lot of stuff going on in this episode. It's kind of like the opposite of the toddler in a way, where the toddler is very, very just like, okay, it's kind of the same gag over and over again to a certain extent. This is like there's a lot of different moving parts to it, which I really enjoy. I really like the bit where Peepers locks Wander in the bathroom, and he's so proud of himself. I did it! I actually did it!
and yet Wander still somehow escapes.
Somehow, like he brings the whole bathroom door with him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You can never contain the Wander.
Just really quick, I like the bit about Hater telling the story. It's like, so I was floating around in space, and there was this planet that was just asking to be destroyed. Why? Oh, because it was purple. Why? Because there's a girl that I want to date, and she had purple hair, but it's okay, I didn't even want to date her anywhere. So she's the lame one, not me.
He had a lot of trouble. He had a lot of. He's unlucky in love.
Yeah, which I'm excited about. You know, I vaguely know details about where that's going to lead. I don't know the full extent of it, but I'm excited to see it play out. Let's just say that. Let's see. Anything?
He destroys a planet for being purple because he dated somebody.
No, because the purple hair girl didn't want to date her. Or didn't want to date him. But don't worry, Jacob. It's okay, because he actually didn't want to date her either. So she's the lame one. Just remember that.
Yes.
Oh, God.
He's still totally banging.
Oh, yeah. Hater's just absolutely banging, man. No, it's just Hater is just so fun in this episode. I love when Wander first walks in and just the timing of the bottom half of his skull dropping.
After the title goes away.
Right.
Speaking of which, the title card just looks like they're angrily staring down the title cards.
And this episode contains something that I never thought I'd see, which is Hater singing.
Oh, jeez. and waltzing at the same time.
Oh my God, it's priceless. It's honestly priceless. Lord Hater and the Queen. Oh my God.
The intentionally bad singing. Remember, this is the same guy that did Blue.
Oh Jesus! Is it? This is such a more likable character than Blue.
Yep, same guy.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Bendy, not Blue. Blue's cool. I like Blue.
Yeah, Blue's cool.
Nobody likes Bendy.
Nope. Despite what the episodes, never mind. But this is the same guy who did Blue. Believe it or not, the same guy voices Lord Hater.
That's great.
It's kind of the opposite of what happened with Eduardo and peepers.
Right.
But again, yep. And then Wander just comes in with his bluegrass stuff and creates a big shindig out of it.
For some reason, his safety instructions involve not putting anything in your ears or something like that.
Yeah, even though one of the things was like, a banjo or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's just kind of like boil it down. Like when the episode concludes, it's essentially
A big plot twist.
you're right. Oh God, you want to explain it?
Well, after basically kowtowing and butt kissing to trying to be since the queen doesn't like desperation, she actually has Hader kicked out for begging and basically saying a line that was said earlier. You'll look a day over 400 years old. I mean that's when he's had enough, and as she was about to bequeath everything to Wander, he comes in full probably the most powerful we've seen him this season.
Oh yeah, it is a good climax for sure.
It's like that is it. I've had enough of this. Like no more Mr. Nice Guy, essentially. and basically demonstrates to her that I'm the one you should give it to, not him. You'll use it for good, not evil.
And then she's just like, okay.
And like such strength and brutality. But the truth is, she's not giving it to him. She does give it to him, but the twist is, it's an evil spirit that inhabits people's bodies for 1,000 years.
Oh yeah. So essentially, like, you're technically going to be in power, but she's going to be in control of you.
Basically.
So yeah, good twist.
But and then as he tries to going down Hader's throat, which is less risque than it actually sounds.
Oh God.
Still kind of creepy.
I love this moment with Wander where he's just so genuinely concerned for Hader. He's just like, "Oh no, Lord Hader!" He just goes to give him the Heimlich maneuver.
Yep, which actually chokes out the evil being, whatever its true name is.
Pazuzu! Pazuzu! I'm sorry.
It sends it out to inhabit a new being. A finger sandwich.
Okay, not hungry. Lost my appetite.
Sylvia, which has been eating them the entire time. Like they could have just easily eaten him and be rid of this thing forever, basically.
But no. I mean, would you want to eat it? To be fair, would you want to eat a talking sandwich?
Not really, but if it saved the universe.
Yeah. So they part ways, and
the sandwich is cursed to live in that body for 1,000 years, and probably never go moldy.
But it's okay because Emperor Awesome's down with that.
Your sandwich, I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally into that.
Okay, why don't we save the final line of the episode for when we sign off? But any final thoughts on this?
Like I said, like you said earlier, major improvement over the toddler.
Right. And honestly, Jacob, I find episodes like this kind of harder to talk about than episodes of the toddler because our discussion of the toddler was very brief. It was just like, yeah, they had some good moments to it, but in general, it's kind of it was lacking compared to some of the other episodes in terms of
this episode was just one good moment after another.
Right, which is just like, oh, this happens, and this happens, and this happens, which is honestly kind of like not the best podcasting, Jacob, but what can we say? We can't help ourselves. This is a really good gag-heavy episode. Highly recommend it. So, okay, folks. I guess in the meantime, oh, wait, Jacob. Very important to what?
Teaser time.
Yes. Oh my God. And Jacob, I'm gonna say it. These next two Wander Over Yonder episodes. This is the most excited I have been about this podcast so far since we started it.
Well, do you know about them though?
You've teased me about the Void, and the Quest of Unfathomable Difficulty just sounds amazing and has an amazing title, so I have a feeling I'm going to love both these episodes.
I'm pretty sure you will. The epic quest of unfathomable difficulty is their next episode.
Which is like the best title ever. That might be the best title in the whole series run for all I know.
Where Wander and Sylvia go on their most epic quest yet. To return a sock.
You know, I have some black socks you can borrow. I'm sorry. Little in-joke for Blue Dragon 5 or Bates Motel show. I have black socks. They're right here. You can borrow them anytime you want. Anyways, love you, Max Thero. I'm sorry, Jacob. I'm sorry. And The Void. This is something that you've been hyping up to me for a while, so tell us about it.
Basically, remember in the one time type episode of SpongeBob where Squidward goes into that white area and basically a bunch of strange things happen?
Oh my god!
Basically imagine an entire episode built around the bending of time and space. Not time and space, but like basically anything can happen. Like playing with perspectives, going in and out of multiple doors, like the puppet shows, you name it.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And Jacob, I really have a hankering to watch some old SpongeBob because we've referenced it in both our podcasts that we've done tonight. So I really want to sign off and like watch Squid's Day Off, which is my go-to SpongeBob episode. So in the meantime, folks, can't wait to talk about those two episodes. I'm sure I'm going to be into them.
I hope I mean, I might be overhyping them, but I personally think they're very good.
I mean, I just love the premises alone. Just the premises alone just sell me. It's like what the show's kind of built on. Just like, you know, like I think The Void is just going to be like, just based on my predictions, I think The Void is going to be like one of those like all out, like super creative, surreal episodes where anything can happen, like you described. And then I think the Quest of Unfathomable Difficulty, I'm actually looking forward to. Maybe even more than The Void, because I feel like these types of episodes are like my sweet spot for the show, which is just like taking ridiculously simple concepts and like making them huge and epic. So I really have a feeling I'm going to love the Quest of Unfathomable Difficulty. I really have a feeling that's just going to hit me right at the sweet spot. So
I sure hope so.
So, okay. So I guess in the meantime, folks, nothing to say. Later, haters.
Evil 7!
Evil 7!